Hey everybody, I decided to make a video right now because nobody's home, so when nobody's home, I like to make the video so I'm not making like a ton of noise while everybody's here. So I just came downstairs and turned on the tank light for my 90-gallon cichlid tank. They're pretty active today. They're starting to get used to being in the tank more than they were before. They used to just hide all over the place, but now they're either that or they're just looking for food, but I give them food all the time, so. Like I said, there's still a ton more fish to be put in here. I'm thinking about redoing the aquascape, because I mean, I like it how it is. I was thinking about putting some sand instead of stone for the cichlids, and then maybe going to get some slate rock and cichlid stones, so we'll see. They had some really nice black and white sand at a store that I went to about a week ago, so I might get that. So yeah, these are my fish. The yellow one, I know for a fact, I know the name is just, I don't know like the scientific name, but I know it's a yellow lab. It's the only one I can really name. Besides that guy, he's a albino peacock. Kind of looks like a strawberry peacock, but not as pink. So we're just calling him an albino peacock for now. The rest of them, I've got a couple of zebras. I'm not sure exactly what kind. The big guy right there is my biggest one. He's a zebra. I'm surprised he's out because normally he's not. I've got a couple plain ones. It's hard to see on this camera, but then the orange one, which him and the yellow one pal around a lot. And then a bright blue one. Like I said, I know somewhat the names, the scientific names, I just can't think of them right now. Some of them are really hard to pronounce. Actually, like, a lot of them are really hard to pronounce, but I'm gonna look those up and then get back to you guys, because, well, normally people would say, sorry about that, normally people would say, don't you know the names, because they have them when you get them from the store. Well, stores label the names of the fish wrong, like 90% of the time. They have no idea what they're saying. Like, my albino peacock that I have, they had him labeled as, actually they had her labeled as strawberry peacock, which is not true. So yeah, let's see, I keep the temperature, right now is about 75, it's hard to see on here, but it's about 75, I keep it in that way, it's been that way since I've had the tank set up, but yeah, so everything seems to be really good in this tank so far. I haven't seen anything out of the ordinary. I've been keeping a really close eye on them because I know how semi-aggressive cichlids can be. Like I said, I plan on overstocking. Well, not overstocking, but that's what they like to call it. So that they're not as aggressive towards each other. But the only one that I've had aggression issues with is the bigger zebra, who's actually out for like the first time ever right now. He likes to stay in that little root in the center, and he hides in there all day long, and most of the time he won't let anybody else go in there. I think that's because he's a Lake Victorian cichlid. The rest of my cichlids are Malawis or a few other, from a few other lakes. And people say not to mix the lakes, the cichlids. It really depends your luck of the draw. Whether you get fish that go together or not is all up to kind of experimentation, because you don't know for sure. I took a risk by putting that guy in there. You can see him right now. Yeah, that's him. He's bigger than the other fish too, which was also another big risk of mine, because you like to get fish around the same size. But he's starting to calm down a little bit, knock on wood. He still chases the other fish around. Now, I wouldn't necessarily say that chasing is bad, but in cichlids, I just keep a close eye on it, you know, because, I mean, a lot of cichlids play chase, and then there's aggressive chasing, which is a whole other story. I do have a catfish in here. Now, I don't know the kind of catfish he is, actually. He's not a normal catfish, he's kind of a dwarf catfish, and he's the only catfish that wouldn't try eating the cichlids, according to the lady at the store. But I guess since he's his mouth is on the bottom rather than, he doesn't have a normally shaped mouth, so he's got kind of a smaller one on the bottom, so he won't try eating my other fish. I could try finding him. Most of the time he hides a lot, so he's very hard to find. He stays in the back a lot too, and he never comes out, but maybe he will, I don't know. I do have a pleco, a very, very tiny baby pleco right here. Is not a normal pleco. He's not like the big, normal, cheap black plecos that get like ginormous. He's one of like the long-tailed, like feather-tail plecos, kind of like a dwarf pleco too, and he doesn't get that big. He's pretty much like the size of my pinky right now, and he's stayed in the same spot for like 2 weeks, so I've been keeping an eye on him. I give him like bottom feeder pebbles, but like he doesn't really succumb to them much, because, oh, there's the catfish. Alright, well, you can kind of see him. That's my catfish wherever he went, I don't know. Nah, he disappeared again. But that was him. So, but yeah, my other fish tend to eat the tablets that float to the bottom, because they get to them before my pleco does. But, you know, it's whatever, I guess. Once I start getting more algae in the tank, which hopefully I don't, because I have really good filtration systems on it, but maybe once I do, then he'll start eating that along with mullet. My catfish doesn't really eat catfish don't eat algae, but they will eat the bottom food and stuff, so that'll be taken care of. The filtration that I have in my tank, which I'm sure a lot of you are wondering about, right now my tank isn't completely full. You can see where there's like a line at the top. And you can see where the water's been evaporating. I fill that up like every, I don't know, once in a while. And then when I do like my water changes, it's completely gone. So my filtration, we'll start with the top one actually. This right here is my Aqueon. It's the 75 or 5075, whatever it's called, I think. It's for up to 90 gallons, and this is a 90-gallon tank, so it works perfectly. It's got 2 cartridges in it. Pretty big. I think they're the large cartridges. It's been working pretty well. The flow is pretty nice. I'm always the type of person who rinses out my cartridges and uses them again, so I don't have to go to the store and buy like 60 million of them. But in the case of my cichlids, I just put brand new ones in every time because fish are a little more, need more cleanliness than things such as my turtles, so I don't necessarily do that with my fish, just in case. I have my heater on the side. You've all probably seen that before. It's an older heater. I got it with the tank. And the weird thing is, like, the top of it doesn't even have, like, it just has numbers. It doesn't have degrees. So I kind of have to estimate by my temperature gauge on the corner, but it, you know, it works phenomenally. So, okay, and then that's not the only filtration. I have the, down underneath the tank, I've got my Fluval 404, pumping away, I guess you could say. It's hooked up, the cords go all the way up to through the back of the tank, into the top up there, and, yeah, so all those specks are bubbles, by the way. They're not, like, gross stuff floating around in my tank. So yeah, that's been working like a wonder too, because without that, I don't know if it would be as clean as it is, but I love it. So, that's that. I recommend getting a canister filter to a lot of people because, well, yeah. So, that's pretty much it for right now. I'll make another video later and let you know the names, the scientific names and special names of all the cichlids that I have. So, alright, I'll talk to you later.